in careers right now where they shouldn't be in, and they're sticking it out because they like the people that's there. They don't want to feel that uncomfortableness when you go to a new role. They don't want to feel that. It sucks. I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm in that season right now. It sucks to be uncomfortable at times. But if your mindset is like, this is growth, then you know it's only gonna last for a small season and you're gonna be okay. But some people are in that position right now where they would have stuck it out and sat there and continue to have success in the position that they're in and not challenge themselves to do something more beyond that. Why? You don't want to be uncomfortable. Why? You may like the people that you work with. Why? You may think that there's going to be a whole fallout. Why? You may think that the organization is going to crumble because you're God. We're all replaceable here. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. We got Richard in the house. We got Engineer Cannabis in the house. We got Adrian in the house. Mrs. Wade is in the house. I want to hear from you guys. We got Damien in the house. Think about it from a career perspective. What would you have done? What would you have done? Do you stay in your position, feel comfortable, wake up every single day, not challenging yourself, right? Do you challenge yourself to level up, get to the money? Big money too, big money. So it can set you up for the rest of your life and your family up for the rest of their lives? Do you stay put because you know that there's gonna be backlash if you go? Do you level up and don't care about what happens behind you? Because that's the rear view mirror. You're driving forward. You're looking straight ahead. All that back there. I see it. Nah, don't worry about it. What do you do? All right, I'm going to drop the link into the chat, and I want to hear from you guys. And we got somebody already in as well, too. We got Mr. Paul. So give me 1 second. Let me make sure I drop the link in here as well. And we got a call. We got a caller this morning from our brother, Paul Healy. Paul, can you hear me, man?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. Give me your assessment.
Awesome.
I want to hear from you, Paul. You are a ladder climber. You make a significant amount of money. I know because you and I talk. And you're like, you know what, Antoine? I want to do more. When you think about this Deion Sanders situation, give us your assessment. What do you think there? Would you have done it? Do you put yourself in an uncomfortable position to grow? To make more money? How do you see this whole thing with Deion Sanders leveling up? Give us your perspective on it. I want to hear from you, sir.
Sure. So I'll start with, I'm not a big sports follower, so I'll give you my perspective though on making moves that are uncomfortable, and you've got to do what's right for you at the end of the day, no matter what. I'm going through the same thing, and detractors at work that here I'm thinking of moving out of my comfy job that's going to keep me bored for the next 10 years to challenge myself and look at new opportunities. And I think Deion's doing the same thing. You got to be challenged. And I personally, I can't get bored. When I get bored, bad things happen. So I think it's you got to do what's right for you, whether people dissuade you or not, and reach out and challenge yourself all the time.
I love it. See, we got Paul, who thinks very similar to me, right? You gotta grow. Life is about growth. Life is about developing. Life is about getting to that next level. He's looking at it as Mr. Deion Sanders is leveling up, and he has to do it for himself. And I'm glad that you said that, Paul, because ultimately, the decisions that we make in life, that everybody makes, I don't care who you are, it's about oneself, but also how it impacts the people in your circle, your family, and so forth. So I love that. Anything else you want to add to the conversation, Paul?
Yeah, I'll just add in my own case. Well, in my move is, it's a small company, so my colleagues know I'm looking at transitioning out to a sales role. And one of my reasons was I'm going to be bored. They were almost offended that I didn't want to keep following their path and that I was going to set my own and do my own thing, regardless of what they thought. And that was the way it was going to be.
I'm going to tell you like this, guys. Even Paul says it. You're going to get some people who are not going to like you going against what they have in mind for you. That's just what it is. And people are going to get upset at all levels. I know what we're talking about on the Deion Sanders level is a little bit more of it has sports and entertainment, and it has a lot more optics. But it's the same exact thing in our world as well, too, in the tech world, right? You have people who, Paul says he's going to be bored. He doesn't like to be bored at work. He's accomplished everything that he needs to accomplish in this role. And people are like, bored? Why? They get offended by that. They're getting offended by him being bored and wanting to make moves to not be bored, but also to make more money and to grow in his career for himself and his family. You're going to experience at all levels. I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you so much for calling, my man.
Of course.
Absolutely. We talk later, okay?
Yep, you got it.
Bye-bye. What's up, ladder climbers? It's Antoine Wade. I wanted to interrupt this video to talk to you guys about Course Careers. Course Careers is the place that you guys need to go if you have a high interest into tech sales. They will help you gain the skills that you need so that you can enter the tech sales world to make a whole bunch of money. Tech sales salaries early on is about $60,000, guys. That's a good salary. And with OTEs, you can make anywhere from $85,000 to $90,000. If you have an interest in tech sales, check out Course Careers, link in the description. And don't forget to use Antoine50 so that you can get a $50 discount off of Course Careers. See you guys in tech sales. We got Mr. Kamal Miller's in the house, man. How are you doing, sir? You want to come off mute?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, man. How are you doing? What do you want to bring to this conversation today, my man? What do you want to bring to this conversation today? What's your thoughts?
Oh, yes, all is well. Well, essentially, I agree with both you and Mr. Paul. Essentially, I think he just has to do what's best for him and his family, not a bunch of random people. He doesn't know, since those people don't pay his bills, he has to pay his own bills.
Tell him, Kamal. Tell him, Kamal. Everybody over here,
And
saying this about Dion, because I understand that when he was at Jackson State, he was taking a pay cut and donating a good amount of his salary to the institution to improve the institutions. Nobody else has to do that. I don't take my money that I make and say I'm going to donate it to the company that I work for. I don't do that unless I run that company. That's a choice there, right? If I don't want to take a salary for Black Heights, I can just give it back to the company, the business, and reinvest it and so forth into the business. But if you are an institution, your head coach should not be taking a pay cut to give it back to the institution. There lies a problem itself. So now that he's making $5 million a day or $5 million a year or whatever he's getting paid, you think he's going to have to donate that back to the institution in order for them to improve facilities and so forth? No, that's where people who've gone to University of Colorado, boosters and so forth, that's their job to do that. Okay? So I love that you said that, Kamal. I love it because at the end of the day, it comes back to they aren't paying his bills. He is responsible for himself and his household. And taking a pay cut for 2 and 3 years, whatever it was, that can be pretty difficult. That can be pretty difficult. Now he doesn't have to do such a thing. He's responsible for his own bills. Eventually that catches up with you if you have to consistently dig into your own pockets. You're not making a lot of money. So why do you want to do it for if you're not making money from it? I love that you say that. What else you want to say, sir? Go ahead.
well, I would just say that instead of people focusing the attention on him, they should focus the attention on the university compensating him for what he's worth. Because essentially, it's just like working for any organization or company. If they're not going to do what it takes to keep you, then people are going to move on.
So Mr. Kamal saying, guys, Jackson State failed. Put it back on them. Put it back on them. If they wanted to keep him, they should have paid him. If they wanted to keep him, all the supporting members of Jackson State, alumni, everybody else, should have made sure he was taken care of to where he would have stayed. And money and all. That's their responsibility. Any person that works for a corporation or a company, it's the responsibility of the company to make sure that that person stays. If that person leaves, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I love that you say that. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Kamal?
Oh, that's all I have. Just everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for calling in from Japan. Good to see you. Get to talk to you too, Kamal. We will talk later, okay?
All right, sounds good. All right, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
We got Brother Damien coming into us for the house, man. Our Brother Damien, we're going to be seeing each other today. Brother Damien, can you hear us, man?
Yes, sir. You got me?
I got you, man. I got you. What do you got on the topic this morning, my man? What do you got on the topic today? Give me your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say because you always come with a great perspective as well, too. Let us hear what you got to say, my man.
I just got a couple of things. Good morning, Mr. Wade and Black Heights crew. Glad y'all are in here on Saturday morning. But I've always found that haters are fearful and don't have the ability to do what you do. So I've always said if I got haters, I'm doing something right.
Mm,
And then, often they try to bring you down, try to tell you who you are. And then it took me a while, but once you have the confidence to know who you are,
mm,
can't nobody tell me who I am. I don't give a
mm,
shit about what you talking about. I know
mm,
who I am. You just talking out of line because you scared to do what I'm doing.
I love it. I love
Right?
it. Talking
And,
that shit.
and of course, I'm in high school, I was a big Cowboys fan. So when I got to play varsity football, I chose number 21, partially because of Deion Sanders.
Mm,
But the other point is that, I'm often selfish. And I tell people, that are climbing the ladder to be selfish. Like,
mm,
take care of yours, take care of yourself. But in my selfishness, I can create opportunities for others. I'm blazing a path for others. For
mm,
the ones that want to come along and do what I do, I can mentor them and help them get to where I am and beyond. So
mm,
I'm
mm,
selfish in mind.
mm.
That's what I got.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that, Damien. When you are climbing the ladder, you have to do it for yourself. But ultimately, like you said, though, right? When you're blazing trails, you find ways to give opportunities to other people, and I think that's what Deion Sanders is going to do, and that's what he's demonstrated so far. He's demonstrated that with the individuals who he's brought from his high school coaching days to JSU. Now a lot of those individuals are going along to University of Colorado, right? And maybe they aren't in the same positions as they were before, defensive coordinators and so forth. But they got an opportunity now to learn from some of the best, the Willie Taggarts, right? All those guys. Willie Taggart was just fired from FAU, but he's been around a number of high-performing individuals to where these individuals who Deion Sanders is bringing along may not have coached at that level yet. They can learn from the Willie Taggarts and so forth, right? To give themselves more opportunities later on in life as they continue to progress within their career. I love that you say that. Be selfish, but know that you have the opportunity to create the opportunity to create more opportunities while you're being selfish, blazing the trail. I love that you said that, my man. What else you got for us? You got anything else for us, Brother Damien?
Oh, that's it. Y'all enjoy your Saturday morning and the rest of the year.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you for calling in, my man. Always good to catch up with you, man. We'll talk later today, okay?
All right.
All right, brother.